As the YSU Penguin Club holds their jamboree tonight, Coach Phillips rejoins us after shaking hands, kissing babies,
oh,
and
yeah.
whatever else you had to do in there, right?
Yeah, a lot of people in there, so great supporters of Youngstown State.
Yeah, what do they ask you, Coach? I mean, you come to an event like this. They just want to talk ball, or they, more
yeah,
about?
Someone brought up the North Dakota State game. Someone might bring up another game. So yeah, just you just handle it all. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Indiana State. 3-7, 1-5. That one conference record. We'll take a look at them more closer in the graphic. That one conference win against a very good South Dakota State. Their quarterback wasn't playing. I mean, South Dakota State was banged up, but still they went out there and did something that a lot of teams can't do.
And Indiana State lost their quarterback game too, so they've been playing with a backup. We told our guys that this has always been a tight game. A couple of years ago it was a shootout in the Ice Castle, 48-42. You remember the playoff year? We go there. It's a 12-7 game in the fourth quarter, and we put a guy in named Bo Brungard. Who hit a touchdown, and we won 19-7. And last year we're up 21-0. They came back 21-14. So they're always well coached. Coach Mallory does a fantastic job.
The last 10 games between these two teams, it's dead even, 5-5.
It's amazing how you match up with different teams in your league. And this one, they're always fundamentally sound, and they're a very physical team.
Coach, usually we talk about an offensive player, but their defense, Kimmel Clark, 19 stops against Illinois State. Very good defensive player.
Very good defender, and he plays safety and comes down in the box, and he's a sure tackler.
What impresses you about Indiana State? And I know I'm going to go back to the South Dakota State win, but this team has struggled, but they're not as bad as the record indicates.
No, if you watch the North Dakota State, which we did before we played North Dakota State, it's a 7-7 game with 1:10 left in the first half, with Indiana State having the ball. They punt. North Dakota State hits a field goal, goes up 10-7. And like everything in that middle eight, Indiana State comes, throws an interception. So the games were a lot closer than what the final score really illustrated.
From an offensive standpoint, what do they do well?
They try to go 50-50. They always try to get the run game. They always have a big physical offensive line, so they want to get the run game going, play action pass, RPOs. And they do a great job doing that.
Certainly, they're a formidable foe. They're going to come in with the attitude, hey, we beat this team. We've done our job. It's kind of like their playoffs.
Oh, they're confident. They know that if you can beat South Dakota State at South Dakota, you can beat anyone in the country. And in this league, I tell you, if you don't come ready to play, you might find yourself down 24-7.
Well, let's take a look around the rest of the Missouri Valley Conference. North Dakota is at Murray State. South Dakota is at Southern Illinois. Illinois State at South Dakota State, so on and so forth. And, Coach, as you look at that schedule, these teams in contention are all battling. You said it Tuesday, you hope they all lose, but that's not possible.
No, it's not. I wish, but it's not possible. But the one thing that we can control our own destiny. So those games, we got to focus on the Penguins. We got to focus on this week. We got to focus on becoming a lot better this Saturday than we were last Saturday.
23 seniors will be recognized prior to the start of the game, and I know that's always special for any head coach.
It is. Thankful, their families will be there that helped them get here. And, the rest of the team, we're going to talk a little bit about legacy. What's your legacy? What people think about when they think about Youngstown State football? How you play in November.
Coach, it's a 12 noon start. That's different, too.
Oh, yeah. Wake up and play. It starts quick. We don't mind that. It's the only noon game we've had all year, so excited to play early.
Real quick, keys to beating Indiana State.
Again, it starts with our ball security. It's about scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Defensively, just being sound, gap sound, fundamentals, doing your job. In special teams, again, continuing, win the field position battle, and play clean football. Again, last two games, not handling punts, not handling kickoffs. We got to do a great job there.
Coach, it's November on the calendar, but the weather says it's maybe going to be late September, 60 degrees, so it should be a good afternoon.
60, I didn't get
59,
that.
58.
I'll
put my weather hat on.
Yeah, it's still the Ice Castle.
Yes, it is. All right, we'll be back with more after this.